Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is able to hear me
Yes, sir.
and everyone is able to see my screen.
Yes, sir. Sir, sorry for asking at the starting of the class. I missed a previous class. I'm unable to open the classroom material. Could you help me with the link, sir?
Sure. By default, you missed the classes, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to give a link actually, not only for you, everyone.
Mm.
Guys, I've created a Google Classroom and kindly I'm giving a link and kindly everyone to join this particular link. Maybe what I'll do is again, I'll post at the end of the session also because people still joining. Okay. So everyone need to click on this link. Those who are not part of Google Classroom, you need to click on this link and you need to join with the Gmail ID which you subscribe to the course. Kindly use the same Gmail ID. Okay. I gave a link to everyone. Just click on that and you'll be there. Right. So again, at the end of the class also, I'll give the same details again. Still people are joining here. So I have given link here. Just to click on the link and bookmark the URL, guys. It will be going to URL. Please bookmark the URL. What this URL contains is lifelong access, where day by day, every day, what topic is discussed, what is the material, running note, and the code, and the PPT. Everything in one place. Everything is in one place, guys. And I'm going to give some classwork, some assignments that you can submit over here. That you can submit also over here. Okay. So this is the beautiful framework like Google Classroom. Very, very good framework. And it is user friendly to all the participants. So where you are going to have typically, it's a very, very good kind of framework which is going to have, which is going to help us mainly, which is in turn, it is very, very useful, guys, here. But I'll repeat again because people are joining here. Still people are joining over here and I'll take at the end. Okay. Those who missed, this is a link you need to join to the accessing the notes and everything here. Okay. Right. Now, somehow, because of a throat infection at my end, having some problem in the vocal cord and throat infection, and somehow I was not having classes for the last couple of days. And thanks for waiting for me. And almost 90% I recovered, guys. Just 10%, which will gradually comes easily. Okay. Right. Now, I don't want to waste the time here. Let me go to directly to the topic. Okay. So far in the demo classes, what we discussed is we started discussing about why Angular. What is the purpose of Angular? And just like we started our discussion from HTML to JavaScript, from JavaScript to jQuery. After that, we wrote some code in the jQuery to AngularJS. We saw that event-driven architecture and AngularJS, how it is minimizing event-driven architecture. Then we discussed about limitations of AngularJS, state management. Then we got Ajax. Ajax is a beautiful framework, but if the entire page is dynamic, Ajax may not fit here. We need completely client-side framework where a JS file will come to the client side and that will be executed on the client side. Client-side rendering is going to happen. And after that, we discussed about single page application introduction. I gave a little bit introduction on single page application, very, very small introduction I'm giving. And I'll continue the discussion once we write the code in Angular. We are going to continue the same discussion once we are comfortable with Angular. Okay. So complete demo classes agenda is over. Okay. Right. Now today is the first class for our regular classes, guys. Okay. I will give a small description on the TypeScript side. Couple of days, 2-3 days I'll spend on TypeScript. I will only give basic details to TypeScript. Okay. Then we'll go to the Angular. So that is what agenda, right? So before I proceed further, as of now, any questions technically, guys? Anyone has any concerns or questions or clarifications or anything is there, guys? As of now?
Sir, I have a question. For HTML, we don't need the server to run it, right, sir? Why we need Node.js to run HTML file?
By default, sir, for HTML, we don't require. But HTML cannot do the business logic, right, sir? Can I write the business logic in HTML itself? No, right?
No, right.
I need a
Yes.
server-side code, right? That
Okay,
server-side code will come from JavaScript, right? That JavaScript should execute at a client side, right?
right.
And
right.
the JavaScript should combine with HTML, right? So, but we'll see. Once you write the code, that time you'll see here. Okay.
Okay,
As
sir.
of now, I mentioned only a simple difference between legacy web application to single page application. But once we write the code in Angular, completely you will understand what is HTML, what is JavaScript file, how it is rendering, where Node.js, all those things you will see here. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you. Okay. So first one is I'm going to give TypeScript introduction. TypeScript introduction, guys. This is what I'm going to focus here. Okay. TypeScript. Right here. This was developed by Microsoft company. This was developed by Microsoft company. Okay, guys. It's a superset of JavaScript. What is superset, say? In mathematics, we have studied, right, guys? Subset, superset. Any idea, guys? Superset. What is the meaning of superset? Any normal idea? Anyone?
Parent, sir.
We cannot say some kind of parent, sir. But superset of JavaScript means whatever JavaScript is. Yeah, extension of JavaScript. Exactly. Whatever JavaScript is providing, plus some extra features. That is superset, sir. In mathematics, subset, superset, union, intersection. You might have studied in your college days during mathematics. Okay. At that time, you'll get it. Okay. So what is superset means? TypeScript is equal to JavaScript plus OOPS concepts. What is OOPS, guys? Object-oriented concepts. Sir, does JavaScript support OOPS, guys? Does JavaScript support OOPS concept?
No.
No.
Yes.
No. JavaScript is object-based language. TypeScript is object-oriented language. Okay, sir? So TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript, guys. What do you mean by superset, guys? It is whatever the features are provided by the JavaScript plus some extra features. What is that extra here? I can say that what is exactly extra here?
Oops.
Means JavaScript plus object-oriented concepts, guys, here. JavaScript plus object-oriented concepts. JavaScript does not support OOPS concepts. JavaScript is called as an object-based language. TypeScript is a object-oriented language here. Okay? Right. Guys, by default, sir, if you have any questions while I'm teaching, better don't type anything in the chat window. I will not see that, it will distract everything. Mostly I will not see the chat window, guys. Whenever I see, I will answer, sir. Whenever I see, I will answer. But I prefer you can speak in the class itself. You can interrupt me at any point of time, sir. It is our class. Collaboration I require. The more and more questions you ask, the more and more knowledge you'll get it. Not only you, everyone. Okay? Putting in the chat window, sometimes, sir, whenever I see, I'll reply, sir. Immediately I cannot see, sir. Okay? Kindly, it's my request, not order. Better to speak rather than chat. Sir, we have a lot of people are there, no issues. One by one we can speak. One by one we can speak. So mostly, you will never, 90% I will explain everything, sir. 90% I will only explain everything. You will never get a chance to ask, but if you can get, you can ask me. Okay? Now, first question is, sir, it's the UI side, right, sir? TypeScript is the UI, user interface. Do we require object-oriented features on the user interface side? Do we really require? Yes, I understand, Mr. Vijay. You are telling that TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. Okay. JavaScript plus object-oriented concepts, we are good. But what is the use of JavaScript features? Sorry, what is the use of object-oriented features in TypeScript?
Reusable.
I can achieve, what is the reusability in front-end side? Front-end is no, in a back-end side, we have a concept of reusability. In a front-end side, what is the action? Yeah, capturing the data, submitting the data, displaying the data, right? Reusability maybe, but not that much. I can say that. For example, I am giving a car to a person. If the person doesn't know driving, is there any use if I give a car to him?
No.
No, right? Just like you understand, right? This is an important interview question, guys. Hey, what do you know about TypeScript? Lot of people will tell JavaScript is a object-based. TypeScript is object-oriented. Then immediately, what is the advantage, man? If TypeScript is giving object-oriented concepts, right? What is the advantage? Everyone is clear, right? What is the advantage with the TypeScript? Is, for example, sir, let me explain here. For example, I am opening Amazon page, sir. I am opening Amazon. Let's take Mr. Ashok joined to Amazon. Okay? And he placed 2 products in the cart. One mobile cover. There are 2 products he placed in the Amazon cart. One mobile and one mobile cover, back cover, whatever it may be. Mr. Vijay placed the item and he added his credit card details. This is the entire user interface. I opened Amazon, sir. I logged in. Ashok is the user ID. Ashok is the password, something like that. I logged in. Okay, sir. And I placed 2 products. One mobile cover. These are the 2 things I added in that cart. And I enter my credit card details. I clicked on submit. What is the portion of UI here? Capturing this entire request. Capturing this entire request. Right? What exactly we are going to capture here? What exactly we are going to capture on the front end side, guys?
Username, password.
Maybe I'm going to submit order.json, a JSON object with the structure. Yes or no, guys? Order.json with the structure. What is the structure of JSON here? Customer name Vijay. Okay, maybe anything. Customer mobile. Right? That's it. Zip code 5,37,000. This is my customer data. Product, which is an internal JSON. Nested JSON, I can see that. Prod ID 1. Prod name. iPhone. Quantity 1. This is my product array. More than one product, right, guys? I can add more than one product, right, guys?
Yes, yes.
Sir,
Now I'm going to give product ID 2, iPhone cover, quantity 1, and my array is over. After that, payment object. Which is equal to card number, CVV, expiry date, guys, please go on mute, guys. I am humbly requesting everyone, kindly go on mute, everyone, guys. Please help me in having a good class. It's my request, guys. And this is payment object. Finally, order total 80,000. So this is my inputs, which I give from the front end. Will you agree with me, guys? This is the object which I am giving in the front end. So what does it information gives? Vijay is logged in. He placed 2 products. This is the payment. This is what he has given. There are a lot of elements are there, but I have only captured this information. So this should be found by the front end, right, guys? Front end should populate these JSON objects. Correct, right? Who will decide the structure they should form like this? It's a backend will decide. Backend will tell to front end, please create a JSON of this format. Then front end should construct this JSON. Am I right? So, assuming that I have a backend like Spring Boot or .NET Web API or a PHP, whatever it may be, guys. Understand, right? Which is going to have base order.java. Mr. Kaushal, if possible, can you go on mute? I told just now, guys. Please, everyone.
Sir, I am on mute only, I think.
You are not on mute, sir. I'm 100% confident. Okay. I'm keeping you on mute.
Sure, sir.
Right. So which is base order.java, something like that. Inside base order.java, I have a customer object, private customer class, private list of products, product, right? Private payment, private discount, something like that. Getters and setters, something like this is my base order.java, and I have subclasses, private customer, private string, custom name, private string, custom mobile, private string, zip code. This is my customer object. Private product, which is going to have private integer or string prod ID, private string name, private string quantity, and lot of SKU, inventory, lot of things. I don't want to do those. Private payment, private string, private date. Something like that. These are the things over here. This is my base order.java. So this is my object oriented, which is inheritance. I have a base order is a base class, and which is inheriting customer class, product class, payment class, discount class. Correct, right? Whenever I give a JSON object, the structure of JSON object should exactly match with my order object. It should exactly match, right? So I don't want to write a separate entity, a DTO class or something like front end, and my business class is something. 1 second, guys. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, please. 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is, we don't want to write any specific logic over here. Okay. My backend is object oriented. In the similar way, my front end also should give the same. In the similar way, my front end also should give the same object over here.
Sir, in
So,
the customer product payment, they extend the base order, sir. What is the relation between these classes, sir?
first of all, sir, kindly wait, sir. Let me explain first. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Just I'm explaining, just I started explaining. Okay, just wait for some time. Okay. Now, what I'm explaining here, why if TypeScript has an object-oriented features, what is the advantage? That's the point I'm explaining here. I'm not explaining what is the order to base order, What is the customer? We are not interested to that because I'm not writing a code for e-commerce product here. Just I'm explaining example. What is the relation to customer? Is it a one-to-one, one-to-many? We are not dealing to that topic here. It is not our
Yes, sir.
business, right? Just I'm explaining a topic. What is the use of if TypeScript is an object-oriented language? What is the use? Just that for that I'm explaining here. Okay.
Okay.
What is the relation to customer? What is the relation? I'm not writing a code for e-commerce. I'm not explaining a code for e-commerce. If that is the case, we'll explain from the beginning. Just I'm telling that in any ordering application or in any backend application, all our business objects are in object-oriented format. All our business objects are in object-oriented format. And my front end should give the data in the same format. So if my front end side also, if I have a class like this, base order.js, customer.js, product.js, payment.js, whatever the structure of backend, if the front end is also having same structure, so that we can easily exchange the data, we can easily transform the data, we can easily carry the data between two networks, right? If my front end structure, if my back end structure is the same, then it is a beautiful framework where the data exchange is very, very easy. For example, I'm constructing a house. Okay. Whatever the architect is plan is there in his mind. And the person who is constructing the house, if both are on the same page, what is in architect's mind, if the person who is constructing the house, if he get the concept right, if both are on the same page, you'll get a beautiful house. Because he'll give a plan. The person who is constructing the house, if he get the same plan, if he construct the same way, then we'll get a beautiful house. Understand? If the person who is mapping, who is giving a map, if the construction person doesn't have any idea, you'll not get a beautiful house. Just like in the similar way, by default, any backend, either Java or .NET or PHP or Python, any backend language you take, okay, which is having object-oriented programming language. And the data exchange purpose here, by default, whenever we are going to exchange the data, right? If the TypeScript is also having the similar kind of object-oriented structure, like order.java, customer.java, product.java, payment, don't worry on the relationship. It's just I'm telling that structure of Java and structure of JavaScript, if both are same, data exchange will be very, very easy. That's the purpose of way. If TypeScript is having object-oriented features, then it is useful for collaborating front end, collaborating with backend, or having a full stack with front end gives the data to the backend and backend gives the data to front end, so that data exchange will become easy and easy. Understand, guys, everyone? So this is the main reason. Lot of people not aware this, guys. This is the main reason why we are looking at TypeScript, which is having object-oriented features here. This is the first question. Okay. Now, sir, what is object-based, sir? What is the meaning of object-based? What is the meaning of object-oriented? What is the meaning of object-based? I'll repeat. I'll explain this. Object-based, object-oriented means, for example, I want to create the data for base order. What I'll do here? Base order. OBJ is equal to new base order. Right, sir? OBJ dot set customer, customer object. OBJ dot set products, products object, obj dot set payment, payment object, obj dot set discount, something like where this is object oriented, guys. Means encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. All these are the object oriented features here, where you can utilize these features. But what is object based means? I have a document class. Can I create object to the document class? No, right? Window class is there. Can I create object for window? Window dot open. I will write in JavaScript. Window is a main class, right? I cannot create window. Obj is equal to new window. Obj dot open. Can I write a code like this in JavaScript? I will write document dot forms of 0 dot submit. This is a code I will write in JavaScript, guys. Correct, right? Can I create a document? Obj is equal to new document. Can I write like code like this? So this is object based. I'm not going to create an object. Directly, I will use the classes. That is object based programming language. This is object oriented programming language. Understand, right? JavaScript does not, we can have polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation. All object oriented principles are not there in JavaScript. Only TypeScript is having those features here. Okay. Only typically TypeScript is having these features over here.
So, sir, this document window is a static class, so we are able to exit the open method.
Exactly. Most of the classes are static classes. Exactly.
Oh.
Okay. Right. Right. Now, this is the, sir, everyone is clear, sir? This point, whatever I mentioned is everyone is clear. So TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. Superset means whatever the features are available in JavaScript plus some advanced object oriented concepts. There's the point here. Right? Next.
So what is the difference between object-based language and object-oriented language, sir?
Just now explain, right, sir? In object-based, we cannot create an object to a class. Directly, we can use a class dot something. We can, whatever the methods are used, I can only customize them. I mean, I can only use them. I cannot create my own customization. I cannot do my own customization, right? Window dot open, window dot close, document dot forms of 0 dot submit. Whatever the methods are there, that only I can use, sir. I cannot create a new method. I cannot override. I cannot encapsulate. I cannot do a polymorphism. I cannot do overloading. All those things are not possible. Whatever the methods are available, that only I can use in object based. In object oriented, everything is I can customize, right, sir?
Right, sir. Right, sir. So my question is like earlier the paradigm used to be like client side, everything needs to be light, right, sir? But introducing all this object oriented on client side, it will become more heavy, right, sir?
Unless you see the code, how you can quantify that it's heavy? Do you feel that if you add object oriented, it is going to be heavy? No, right? It's a purely wrong assumption. Sir, if object oriented features are there, my programming language is heavy. It's a completely wrong assumption. Unless until you see the code, unless until the JavaScript file you see the code, until unless you can quantify that. Okay, right. Now, next one is, it's a client-side programming language. What is the meaning of client-side programming language? What is the meaning of client-side programming language means?
UI side, the presentation layer is developed by using.
I mean, the meaning is,
sir,
you will write the code.
Sir.
You are going to write a code, sir. Okay? Whatever the code you write, that will be executed on the client browser only. it will not be executed on the server side. Whatever the code you write, that will be executed on the browser side. Like, I want to display the data on the HTML. I'm getting some data. I want to display the data on the HTML. That code will be client-side code only, right? Assuming that I entered my data, I want to submit to backend. That's also client-side code, right? I want to validate the data. That's also client-side code, right? So whichever the functionalities is possible to execute or make sense to execute on a client browser, that entire code will write in a TypeScript. That's why we call it as it's a client-side programming language. What is the meaning of client-side programming language? Means whatever the code maximum we will write, that will be executed at client side. What is the use of executing at a client side? It will reduce the burden on the server. It will reduce the burden on the server here. Next one is from Angular 2 onwards. From Angular 2 onwards. Sir, what is Angular 2 means? Initial version of Angular is Angular JS, guys. Just that's what I told, right, sir? Where I wrote ng app, ng model, ng bind. You saw the Angular JS code, right? In one of the example, I wrote a code, right, sir? You remember? Body ng app, input ng model, span ng bind. You saw that code, right? That entire code is Angular JS code. And that is completely outdated over here. After that, Angular 2 came. People will call that as an Angular 1. This is called as Angular 2. But it's only a convention. Angular means Angular 2. It will start from Angular 2.0. Angular 1.0 is Angular JS only. That is the meaning of Angular 2. Understand, guys? Angular 1.0 means Angular JS. Angular 2.0 means real Angular. That's the meaning of I'm writing Angular 2. Okay. We will use TypeScript for web app development. Web application development, we will use TypeScript. In AngularJS, we'll wrote JavaScript, guys. In AngularJS, we have a JavaScript, guys. But Angular 2 onwards, we are having TypeScript. After that, TypeScript extension of a TypeScript is a .ts. The extension of TypeScript file is .ts, like product.ts, etc. .ts is the extension of the code. If at all, if you write any code, .ts. What is the extension of JavaScript file, guys? .js, right, guys? Extension of JavaScript is .js, right, guys? In the similar way, extension of TypeScript is a .ts. Next, TypeScript comes with its own compiler, guys. TypeScript has its own compiler. Called as TSC, TypeScript compiler. TSC stands for TypeScript compiler. Okay, TypeScript has its own compiler called as TSC. Okay, what it does here, which compiles .ts file and generates .js file. That means input is .ts, output is .js. For example, TSC, product.ts. This will generate product.js. Little bit confusion, right, guys? Little bit confusion, right? Let me explain, sir. What is the concept I'm teaching here, guys? TypeScript extension is .ts, guys. The extension of a TypeScript file is .ts, and which has its own compiler, guys. TypeScript comes with its own compiler, which is written by Microsoft, and the compiler name is TSC. TSC stands for TypeScript compiler. Okay? Whenever we compile a TypeScript file, it will generate a JS file. Now, it's an interview question, guys. Now you told very great, Vijay. You told that it's a client-side framework. You told that object-oriented features. Everything good, fine. Now it has a separate compiler, that is also fine. Right? Ultimately, it is generating JavaScript only, right? Two confusions here. First confusion. Why to write a new programming language? Again, why to compile it into JavaScript? Why don't we write directly in JavaScript itself? Correct, right? Sir, you told everything great, sir. I understand, sir. Perfect. But you just now you told a point, I got two confusions. What is the point I told here? TypeScript comes with a TypeScript compiler. Correct, right, sir? TypeScript comes with TypeScript compiler. That is called as a TSC, which will compile a .ts file and generate a .js file. That is TSC, product.ts. It will generate product.js. Now, what is the first confusion? Why to write a new programming language? Why to compile it? And why to create a JS file? Ultimately, what is the use? Correct, right, guys? That's the first confusion. Second confusion is, you only told that JavaScript doesn't support object-oriented features. Assuming that I write TypeScript in JavaScript in object-oriented, how it compiles, how it generates a JS code? JS doesn't have object-oriented, right? Sir, what are the two questions I told? Does it clear? Does it make you to clear, guys? Are those questions are correct questions only, right, guys? Will you agree? What are the two questions I told? Are they correct questions, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Anyone can answer, if at all possible, without creating a disturbance. Anyone can answer these two questions if you have some idea.
TypeScript will not browser.
So
Yeah, one by one, go ahead.
TypeScript is a strongly typed language that makes
I'm
it
not asking
different.
TypeScript is a strong typing. I don't want. My first question is, why can't we directly write in JS? Why to write in TS, and why to compile it, and why to get JS file? That's the first question.
Sir, actually it is validating our code, and if there any type mismatch, then it will give the error that moment itself. And once it will feel okay, the file is good, looks good, then it will combine into JS. And
First of all, that is not a
we
correct
are
answer, right? That's not a correct answer. My question is, please understand the question. What is my question here? I can directly write in JS, right? Why to write in TS? Why to compile it? Why to wait till error comes? What is the strongly typing? What is the duck typing? All those things I'm not interested. First point is, it generates a JS file. finally output is JS file only, right? Directly I will write in JavaScript only. That's the first question. Second question is, I wrote object oriented. I wrote a customer class. I wrote a order class. I wrote it. Just now I told, right? I wrote this order.js, customer.js, product.js, payment.js. I wrote inheritance. Then how it will generate a JS file? JS does not have object-oriented features, right?
Sir, actually, TypeScript have not any compiler. Okay, so it is first compiled. So after that, it will be converted to JavaScript file to TypeScript file.
First of all, why to convert? I can directly
Sir.
write in JavaScript, right? Why the conversion?
Sir, yeah,
Fine,
sir,
fine.
since
because TypeScript have not any compiler, inbuilt compiler, I think.
Okay, sir. Please, it's waste of time, guys. Okay, I'll explain on.
TypeScript not supported in the browser directly, so that's why we converted into the JavaScript.
actually, sir, since
Based on the
Angular is
Java
a
knowledge.
front. Yes, sir. So since Angular is a front-end language, basically we write our code in a TS file, and browser basically supports the JavaScript, not the TS file.
Then I'll write in JavaScript only. I can write Angular with JavaScript also. It's not mandatory that
JavaScript does
Angular
not
should be
support the
only
object oriented, right?
Every browser have a JavaScript
Okay, guys,
compiler.
Guys, please don't mind. A heavy disturbance is coming from some persons. Okay, that's fine. Thanks for attempting all these things. Okay, these are the questions you can get. I'll give, because please don't mind. Really, I'm appreciate everyone is trying to give their answers. I'm thankful to that. Really, really thankful to that. But just like time is constrained, that's why. Please don't mind. I'll only take some time, and I'll. Okay. First point is, by default, why to write in TypeScript and why can't we write in JavaScript, right? So whatever the code I write in, for example, I write 100 lines of TypeScript code, sir. Okay. I'll write 100 lines of TypeScript code. It will generate 500 lines of JavaScript code, sir. It will generate 500 lines of code. Writing 100 lines easy or writing 500 lines is easy, sir? For me, I'll write 100 lines only. And the framework is converting it to JavaScript. I don't care. It's framework job. It's not my job. As a developer, I will write only 100 lines. It's easy for me. I'll show you this. While writing this, I'll show you this. Where I'll write some 20 lines of code, you will see clearly 100 lines of code. And that to a complex JavaScript code it will write. So first answer is, why to write in JavaScript? Why can't we write in JavaScript means lengthy code. In TypeScript, we can write very, very few lines of code. But framework is converting into JavaScript. It's a heavy code. It will help in speed development. For example, if writing 100 lines is easy or writing 500 lines is easy. 100 lines is very easy for me. And it's framework job to convert that. It's not my job. Correct, right? So that's the first answer where we can quantify that. It helps in speedy development. That's the first point. Second point, by default, TypeScript has object-oriented. JavaScript does not have object-oriented. But after ES6 in JavaScript, ECMAScripting, there is a prototype chaining concept came. Indirectly, it is achieving object-oriented, not directly, indirectly. But developer cannot write that complex code. It is possible through indirect way. So second answer, you will not understand clearly until I write a code. If I write a class, if I inherit one more class in TypeScript, I will compile it. I'll show you JS file. That time you'll understand. Okay. Second point, you will understand while I write the code. When I'm writing the code, second point, you will clearly understand, guys. First point is, if I write in TypeScript, it will help me to decrease the number of lines of code. It will help in fast development. That's the first point of advantage. Second point, sir, it is indirectly achieving object-oriented through prototype chaining, which is the ECMAScripting ES6 standard. But a complex code, but I'll explain. Once I write the code, you will see clearly, guys. So that's the point over here, which is TypeScript is a compiler, which is a TSC, I call that. And whenever it generates, a product.js will come here. Okay, right here. Now, next point is, guys, in compiling TS file and generates JS file is called as transpilation. Generally, we call that as a compilation, right, guys? Java compiles Java C. .NET compiles either DLL or EXE. PHP compiles to PHP only, right? In the similar way, TypeScript compiles, which will generate a JavaScript file. But we cannot call this as a compilation. We call this as a transpilation. It's a technical keyword, guys. So whenever browser is executing a particular code, TypeScript transpiles JavaScript file. That's why we call that as a transpilation keyword here. TypeScript transpiles a TypeScript file, which will generate a JavaScript file. Process of converting a TypeScript file into JavaScript is called as a transpilation. This is a typical introduction of a TypeScript, guys. This is a typical introduction of a TypeScript, guys. As this is a first class, guys, little bit slow I went, sir. Okay, little bit slow as it I went because demos are over. This is a first class, right? Slowly I will increase the speed, guys. Okay, please no need to worry. Whatever the syllabus is assigned to me, I'll complete and I'll maintain the same speed, guys. I'll maintain the same speed. Make sure that every participant understand my class 100%. It is my responsibility, sir. Okay, your responsibility to make sure that if you are not clear, sometimes we cannot give answer directly. Once you see the code, then only you'll understand more. Okay, so some questions you cannot understand directly. Your responsibility is, for example, Gopi today asked two questions, right? Sir, once you added object-oriented features, it increases size. I mentioned that after seeing the code, you'll come to know. And just now I mentioned that if I write a object-oriented code in TypeScript through prototype chaining, it is generate a JavaScript complex code. Until unless we see the code, you'll not understand, right? So these two things you need to keep in your mind. You need to remember this. And at the time that comes, you need to ask the question so that I feel that you are having good interest on the topic. Okay. I observed that there are 2 to 3 people, sir, who are struggling with internet connection. Please don't opt for online classes if you are having internet connection. Don't opt it. Okay. Right. Sir, mostly, sir, tomorrow I may have a physician appointment on my throat infection. I'll back before 8 o'clock only. In worst case, if I don't take tomorrow class, I will take on Sunday. I'll compensate on Sunday, guys. Okay. But I'll clearly update in the Google Classroom, guys. You will get an automatic email, guys. Okay. Google Classroom is a communication, guys. Those who joined late, okay, please join into the, okay, this is a Google Classroom. Mostly, sir, 95%, sir, I can come before 8 o'clock only because my appointment is at 6 o'clock. Just throat infection, right? I need an appointment, sir. Okay. If at all, if any delay is there, I will compensate tomorrow's class with Sunday, sir. Okay. So that is a communication. You will get a clear communication on the Google Classroom. Fine, sir. Yeah. So next class onwards, I will start sharp 8 o'clock and I will end sharp 9 o'clock. 1 hour exactly I'm going to take, sir. Next class is sharp 8 o'clock and I'm going to at sharp 9 o'clock. Okay. Fine. Thanks
Sir, I
everyone
have
today.
I have a couple of questions, sir. Is Angular is a superset of JavaScript, sir? I mean TypeScript. I mean superset of TypeScript is Angular, sir.
First, you get a clarity on your question, sir. First, what is the question?
So my question is like you said basically TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript, right, sir?
Correct.
Now my question is Angular is basically a superset of TypeScript, sir?
Sir, TypeScript is a programming language used for Angular development. Angular is containing, you need to write Angular code, you will write in TypeScript. You will use TypeScript as a programming language. You can write Angular code with TypeScript. You cannot compare that. Okay. Yeah.
So compiler runs on browser, sir, or is it separately there in TypeScript software,
Sir, I
sir?
told this is the third time, sir. Please wait till I write a code. I don't know how many times. Please wait. Right?
Okay, sir.
Until unless I write the code, how you'll understand?
So the transpilation means it provides ability to run in all browsers, sir. Because in Java world we say compilation, which takes care in all different environments, right, sir? That is the purpose why we have compiler there, right, sir? Is it the same purpose
supports
here
all
also?
the browsers. It supports all browsers.
Okay, so the purpose of converting to .js is for that only, or I did not get that answer, sir. I got the question, but I did not get the answer, sir.
If you understand the class clearly, if you maintain here, you'll understand clearly, but I'll repeat here. But if I write the code in JavaScript, I need to write lengthy code. TypeScript is minimizing the lines of code. That's why I'm writing TypeScript. It's converting to JavaScript. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Sir, if any questions are there, because I have a follow-up class 9 o'clock, sir. Okay. So maybe upcoming, we'll see the number of trend of the questions. And if questions are more, I will end early, 8:50, like that I will end. I'll take the questions for 10 minutes. Okay. Just like we need to plan the 1 hour in such a way that everyone should be happy. That's my intention. Okay. Thanks everyone for today, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.